feels very humbling. It's actually, both the initiatives were very, very different. One was going to a school on the outskirts of Hyderabad. It was a little village school, but not little at all. When you actually got there, there was a lot of children there. It was a government-run school, and as you went into the areas were just so different to the areas around where the hotel and the office and everything else. And it just makes you realise how lucky we all are in many, many ways. Even if we think things are tough at certain points in time, it just makes you realise how lucky we all are in comparison. And yet the children were amazing. They were very, very excitable. They're very pleased to see me. And in that sense, it was just tremendously uplifting. And it was a fantastic conversation piece as well with my children at home when I came back and showing them the pictures and everything that had been taken place and what it meant. And so it was also good to bring it to life for them in terms of actually the impact that it went and had. So in terms of the two initiatives, again, talking to my friends, people on LinkedIn, and again my family about that initiative, people were very touched and moved. And I just think it's amazing that Cigniti takes it so seriously, and they don't just give it lip service. They put proper money behind it. They're very careful and thoughtful around what they're sponsoring and why, and actually not just by sending some money across, but actually making certain that money's being spent in the right and the most appropriate way. In terms of the healthcare, in terms of opening the ward around the actual COVID assistance work that took place, again, it was COVID's affected everybody. It's in many ways it's a great leveler, not necessarily in a good way, but it's a leveler. It shows that we're all almost equally fallible, but actually people need help. People need help everywhere around it, and the involvement there, and the fact it needed to be remote, which so it was a different type of experience than the school one, but the people again in the hospital were very grateful for everything that was taking place. So STEM is very important. STEM it's not just because it's in technology and there's maths. It helps to develop you in other ways. It helps to develop you from an analytical perspective. Helps you those types of projects that you work on tend to be involved, therefore greater teamwork and things like that. So STEM brings. I would encourage people not just to get bogged down with it's digital, it's technology, and therefore you must. Do I like that or not, or am I more of an art-based person who is a more visual person? Actually, STEM gives you the access to all of that and builds up some key skills for you when you go on later on to go and create your own businesses. So first of all, I'd say thank you, because it's very easy for you to not get involved in these activities, and they are massively important, and they can make a difference to your local community or wider, depending on exactly what the initiatives are that you decide to get involved in. I would encourage everybody to utilise all of their volunteering days, partly because, as was mentioned earlier, they give you the balance in terms of realise actually when you're in work on a day-to-day basis, you get your head down, you got pressures, you got fires that you're trying to put out all over the place, whereas actually this gives you an opportunity to step out the office, different surroundings, actually generally see different people and provide greater balance in actually what actually is going on in the wider world. So in that way, it can be really, really fulfilling as well. But I think from my perspective, I would definitely encourage everyone to get involved. But I would just encourage them to get involved and to make it personal. Make it personal for them. Speak to your company around actually what you want them to be focused on. Tell them what's important to you, and tell them what you value and how, and get involved and help to drive it. The company will, I'm sure, would largely sponsor it. That sort of thing isn't necessarily a problem. The problems, are how do they know otherwise that they're working on the right things to actually keep you engaged as an employee. And so I would just say, just get involved. We all work in this world. We all live in this world, and there's lots of stuff that isn't fair and isn't right and isn't balanced right now. So, I'd certainly encourage everyone to, particularly at these times, to get involved and to be vocal. Crikey, there's just options galore with CSR, and actually just make certain the options that are being taken up are the ones that really matter for you by being involved.